What's happening, FlowChat Connector? If you have an SMMA, that's a social media marketing agency, then this video is for you. We're going to show you exactly how to get clients for your social media marketing agency. So whether you're an agency doing marketing on behalf of other clients, maybe you're a digital marketing agency or a social media marketing agency of sorts, and you're wanting to talk about or go through all of the different ways to acquisition, this video is for you. Stay tuned. What's up, FlowChat Connector? Make sure and smash that like button, share this out to somebody who needs that, and of course, subscribe to the channel as you're watching this, because today we're going to dive into some awesome stuff. We're going to talk about your social media marketing agency. That's an SMMA. I didn't even know what those initials meant before I actually got started, but let's dive right into it here, because this is going to be the cream of the crop. We got Yoda with us here today, which is awesome as well. So as we're diving in, what do we want to know, right? So as we talk about like different ways to find business, here's the first one. Everybody's heard of this. We've talked about it before: paid advertising. Now, what's important about paid advertising for a digital marketing agency or a social media marketing agency is this: you need to know a couple of things. And if you've already been in the space, you probably know some of these things, and maybe you don't. Ads cost money. We got to pay one of these platforms and give them a piece of content so they can go and show it to other people. Unfortunately, I just watched a video today where there's a ruling going against the Supreme Court here. It's going to come out on June 30th of 2023, talking about how platforms actually might be limited and restricted on the content they can show. This is bad news for anybody that runs paid advertising. So the winter is coming, right? So if this is the method that you're using, this video becomes ultra important because you want to stay tuned to some of the other stuff. Variable cost is another thing to think about. Well, when you pay for ads, what happens is you give money to the platform, they go and show that content to somebody else, and that would entice that person to take action and come in your direction. But what happens is you continue saying, maybe you develop a good piece of content, you show that out to a bunch of people, and they start clicking on it and coming your way. But then you show it to them over and over and over and over again. Eventually they say, stop showing me this ad. And when they do that, what happens is your ad cost, the amount that you're giving the platform, starts to rise. And then unfortunately, you're spending more money for the less conversions, and it's costing you more and you're getting less. That is one thing to be aware of in the paid ads world. There's unpredictable fatigue. That's kind of what I'm talking about. You never know when people are going to be turned off by the content that you're showing to them. Advertising in itself has its own language as well, right? So you need to learn the language of paid advertising. You need to be able to go into the ads manager and understand all the differences and what the buttons do and what the terminology is, right? And if you don't know that, you got to spend some time to learn that stuff and get going. But paid ads can be really powerful. And remember, I mean, there are agencies out there like SMMAs that just do paid ads for people, and that's all they do, specialists in paid advertising. And I think that's great, right? We work with an organization like that as well, but we can't do it ourselves. And so if you're doing paid ads, this is one way to get clients for your marketing clients. But however, just remember, these are a couple of things that you want to think about. So this is the first way that you can get clients for your SMMA. Secondly, we can do something called a virtual summit. This is where we would find a whole bunch of really powerful speakers, experts, thought leaders in the space or the niche that you or your client play in. We gather all those people, build relationships with them, interview them, put them all into the thing, into a, some sort of a tech thing where we can have people come and watch the show, and they would buy a ticket to that, right? Can be expensive to do a virtual summit. When we did ours, it cost us $40,000 just as the base. Didn't include the advertising to get traffic or any of the organic posting or anything we're doing on top of it. So virtual summits can be really powerful. It will position you as an expert in the space, yet it's time consuming, and it might take away from the other core activities that you're doing as a person running an SMMA. And the thing about virtual summits here is you still have to get traffic. So you put all this time and energy into putting the summit together, getting the tech to work, and now you get to promote it, right? That's the part where most people forget. They don't spend the time, the energy, the effort to actually promote the summit. So it takes a tremendous amount of time. Hard to keep track of everything that's going on because you've got speakers coming in from over here. You've got people that are potential clients coming from over here. You've got your existing clients that you still have to manage. You've got to do all of the interviews. You got to set the timing up. You got to put the promotion together. There's usually a spreadsheet tracker. Yeah, there's a lot, right? So it's hard to keep track of everything. And the other thing to mention here for virtual summits, if you're running this play, and again, it's an and strategy. I love all of these methods, but this is cyclical, right? Cyclical meaning it's like boom and bust. So you'll do a summit, you put all this energy and effort, and you'll get completely drained, and then you'll build a little bit of a list, you'll become a little bit of an expert, and you grab some clients out of that as you do it, right? But then once you've done the first one, you pick up some clients, you serve them, and then now you're running out of clients to serve. You got to go do another summit. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like boom, bust, right? So that's a couple of things you got to remember about getting clients for your SMMA using virtual summits. It's a great strategy. It's a good method. However, just know that there's a lot to it if you've never done it before. Next one is challenges, very similar to virtual summits. It requires an awful lot of time, very cyclical again, right? Most companies that I know that run challenges on a consistent basis, they'll do it once a month or twice a month or once every quarter or something like that. So they'll set the timer, the cadence. You got to really love to work with challenges with people coming in your direction, right? So you still have to get traffic to it as well. So you're going to choose paid ads or posting or promotion or anything of that stuff. That's still a thing that you got to get traffic into your challenge as well. And it's like again, similar to the virtual summits, pretty hard to keep track of everything else that's out there. So the next way is organic posting. Now, organic posting, you can see the little GIF here. It goes a little bit slower, right? This is where you spend a lot of effort to make posts on social. Like I just went through a training for Twitter, for example, and they said you have to post multiple tweets every single day for a long period of time before you start to get any traction. And then even sometimes that traction that's coming your way might not be on point if you're not writing the right type of organic posting. You have to have a deep market knowledge in order to be executing pretty well on organic posting strategy and have patience. Right? When we started and deployed this method for ourselves, we posted 5 times a day, every day for 6 months straight. And the return was only about $2,500. And the time and energy and effort that it took to make all that content was like devastatingly challenging. It did bring a little bit of a return. It started to get some awareness out there for us. But again, if you're using organic posting, think about maybe putting in some other sort of a strategy. There's a lot of softwares out there that you can use to do organic posting on your behalf, where you would give them your credentials. Anytime you give a software your credentials and it logs into a social platform, that kind of goes into the gray area of all these social platforms, terms of compliance and terms of service and the compliance issues that they may have. So it can get you in trouble. We've seen cases of how these automatic posting softwares actually get you in a little bit of trouble. So just something to be aware of as you're doing this. But again, if you're doing organic posting and maybe you're an SMMA that focuses just on doing this, you guys probably have some secrets to stuff that I don't know. But again, for us, it's always taken a long time for this to actually spool up and get us to where we need to go. Which brings us to one of the last methods. And again, all of these methods work. I'm not saying one's better than the other. What I am saying is pound for pound, which one is the best? This one right here. This is where we do organic outreach to people we may have never met before. It doesn't cost any money, right? So we're saving money on ads. If we're not spending money on ads, we can put it to other places in our business, which is good. Direct outreach goes one-to-one. When you go one-to-one, there's a couple of things that creep up into most people's minds. Number one is the fear of rejection. If you have the fear of rejection, just know that it's kind of probably in your head. And the bigger thing we got to remember is your SMMA is something that's going to be really powerful for somebody else to get their hands on, and you can help them make an impact. So you have to fight through the fear of rejection when you're doing this one-to-one outreach. The next thing people usually stumble on is, well, okay, Sean, well, I'm over that now fear. Like, what do I actually have to say? And that is what makes this game so much easier than everything else, because you've probably received a bunch of messages in your inbox that are completely horrible. They're trashy. They try to pitch you on the first message. They're not there to build a connection organically, authentically, or any type of relationship. They just throw that out the window and they say, here, buy my stuff. The way we think about organic outreach, this would be specifically using the direct messaging approach in the DM environment, right? So your digital marketing agency, going out to places and finding people and messaging them directly, building a relationship and bringing them your way. Pound for pound is number one. You can't beat this method in terms of cost per acquisition, which is the CPA that we always talk about. if you're going to do the outreach method, most people stumble because they don't know how to track or catch or find the people or do the thing. That's why we have or built FlowChat, was exactly for this. So if you haven't seen FlowChat, go into the description below, click a link, come get a call with us, or check out one of the videos down there in the description, because what you'll find is this is the one tool where you can go to any of these 9 social platforms that we play on. Again, we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, Slack, Discord, and there's Telegram. There's 9 that we play on. And you can go to any of those platforms and you can collect potential clients from any of them in a click of a button, put them into a Kanban style board like you see here in this GIF, and then we can start messaging them with a very organic and authentic message that we create from scratch. Again, if you want to see this in action, I would encourage you to look at it, because it is one of those systems that when you get it turned on and optimized, it will run forever, and it will cost you the least amount of money for the highest amount of acquisition of clients. You can also white label the tech. You can do a lot of crazy cool things with it. And I'm just sharing like the organic outreach side of the house. If you're good at this, or when you get good at it, because it's not hard to get good at it, it's very effective. And these are kind of the 5 major ways for most SMMAs to grow your digital marketing agency. And I just wanted to share those with you because I feel like a lot of people get a lot of value out of just seeing what are the methods that are out there. These are the kind of the 5 most common that are out there. And so if this helped you, please, again, drop a comment below. Let me know if there's another method that you use that I'm not aware of. I would love to research that. This is a conversation with you. And again, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this out to somebody else that needs to know. If they're running an SMMA, they should be knowing about FlowChat. If they're not, please help them to get in the know. And with that said, check us out. Come click a link below. And other than that, can't wait to see you on the next one. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.